Hey guys, in today's video we are going to be checking out DREO's PolyFan 502S Smart Pedestal Air Circulator. I'll go over all of its features, give you a demo, and let you know my thoughts in this comprehensive review. After collaborating with DREO last year for the review of their desktop air circulator, they reached out to me again recently and asked if I wanted to take a look at one of their newest pedestal models, and I agreed. And while this fan was provided to me by DREO, they did not have any input on this video, and all of the opinions are of my own. So, when you receive the fan, out of the box you will get the fan unit, lower stand pole, base, power supply, remote and remote holder, hardware, and a little screwdriver. The assembly procedure of the fan is quite simple. Start by placing the stand pole in the base, making sure the notch is lined up with the bump. Then, hand tighten the bolt and washer into the bottom of the base, and using the included screwdriver, tighten the bolt until it is snug. Now, you can screw in the fan unit to the assembled base until it clicks into place. The power cable jack should line up with the height adjustment knob. And speaking of power, you can now plug in the power cable into the jack and the other end into a power outlet. And for added convenience, you can clip the remote holder onto the fan and position it to your liking. And now, it's ready for use. For the past couple of weeks, I've been using this fan extensively as the summer weather is now in full effect, and this really gave me a good opportunity to test all of the fan's features and put it through its paces. And based on that, I've been able to form a pretty solid initial impression on it. Now, at a current retail price of about $110 US, this is what I would consider a premium modern fan. It costs more than 4 times the price of an average big box store pedestal fan, so do you get 4 times the features? Well, let's see. The PolyFan 502S is a pedestal type fan, and it comes in a sleek metallic gray finish with black accents and a faux wood texture trim piece along the trunnion. On the front is a display and a column of touch-sensitive pads to operate the fan. Tucked inside of the fan is an energy-efficient DC or direct current motor, driving a set of very steeply pitched blades, which is in this really nice shade of blue. As you can hear, or more appropriately, as you cannot hear, this fan is incredibly quiet on low speed. So quiet in fact that there has been numerous occasions where I had the fan running on low and I simply forgot that it was even running and I left the room. The PolyFan 502S has 8 standard speed levels, but if the 8 speed is still not enough for you, this fan has a turbo mode. And on turbo mode, it gives you an extra boost of airflow from even that 8th speed, and collectively giving you 9 speeds in total. One of the cool features you can get on many DREO fans, including the PolyFan 502S, is their dual oscillation, where you can select between the standard horizontal oscillation, but they also have vertical oscillation, or if you want to, you can activate both for a complete orbital oscillation action. Additional features built into the fan include a timer that goes up to 8 hours and an auto mode which adapts the fan speed to the ambient temperature of the room. Now of course, this being a smart fan, you can connect it to your phone or tablet via the DREO app and control the fan from there, and gain access to extra features. Pairing the fan to the app was a pretty simple process. I was able to do it in a matter of minutes. All you have to do is download the app, sign up, and add a device. It will scan the room for a fan that's nearby, and it will prompt you to connect to the Wi-Fi. And from there, you have access to all of the features, plus additional ones. Some of these extra features include a precise oscillation range setting, and even a custom run schedule based on ambient temperature. And another cool thing you can do is 3D oscillation positioning, where the fan will point wherever you point in the app. Pretty cool. One of the areas where DREO excels at is the ease of cleaning. They make their fans really easy to take apart so you can keep them clean, which will prolong the life of the fan. So for the 502S, like many other DREO fans, all you have to do is simply undo one screw, which is sitting below the fan head, then twist the grill counterclockwise and you can pull it straight off. Then turn the reverse threaded center cap clockwise and pull the blade straight off. Now you have good access to all of the parts that will inevitably accumulate dust over time during normal use. Now for reassembly, simply follow the entire step, just go in reverse. And now that we've gone over all of the features and demo of the fan, I wanted to bring in some of my personal thoughts into it. Let's get the cons out of the way first. So first thing, my fan arrived with a couple imperfections on the exterior, such as this little nick on the height adjustment knob, but more importantly this noticeable scuff mark or a gouge on the left side of the trunnion arm. Now, does this mean every single one of these fans will come with scuff marks? No, of course not, but for the premium price you're paying, I would expect quality control to have noticed such damage and rejected the part from getting incorporated into the final product. Next, the remote holder. It has a tendency to slide down the column over time whenever you put the remote back. The force of the remote slamming into the holder, it nudges the holder down ever so slightly each time, and eventually it'll just get lower and lower, and you'll have to just prop it back up to the position that you wanted. And it can get annoying over time, especially if you use the remote a lot. Another thing is the very limited height adjustment range. The 5 inches or so range that you get with this fan is not useful at all in most cases, and honestly I think they could have simply just eliminated it from the design altogether and not made a big difference. And the last con that I will mention is that while the overall build quality of the fan is good, I found that the joints in particular are a bit on the wobbly side and it feels kind of cheap. It's the same thing that I noticed on the desktop model that I reviewed last year. Is this actually a problem? No, but it's just something that I noticed and something you may notice when you handle the fan, and it kind of gives an impression of a not so premium fan. I wish it was a little bit more solid, more reinforcements with the joint, better bearing system, but well, it is what it is. But that's about as far as cons go. Otherwise, this is a great fan, performance is top-notch, and I'm very impressed by how quiet and well balanced it is, which is something you will not find often in most big box store fans. I also love what DREO did with the clear grille center to give the logo a floating effect and also to show off the vibrant blue blades. Now the wood texture, though it can look cheesy to some people, I think it adds a nice contrast to the colors, and the overall design with the silver and the black, it's a nice modern design and I'm sure it will fit into many modern interiors. And like I mentioned earlier, I do appreciate the fan's ease of maintenance. It's just something that you don't see too often in a lot of today's fans where planned obsolescence is so prevalent. Now, that being said though, because this is a fan that is running a DC motor with lots of electronics, it does bump up the chance of premature failure with the motor or electronics compared to a much simpler AC induction motor fan. So something to keep in mind, but I will say that I personally haven't come across any significant stories of such cases with DREO fans. So in the end, whether I recommend this fan or not ultimately comes down to what you are looking for. Is it the perfect fan? No, but it's definitely one of the better fans you can get today. So I would say if you have the budget and are looking for a quiet, powerful fan that is energy efficient and has modern design and technology, I think you'll really appreciate what the PolyFan 502S has to offer. Now, prior to making this video, I've been testing and using the fan for only a few weeks, so this is a relatively short-term review, so I can't comment too much about its longevity, but if anything does come up, I'll note it in the video description below, so be sure to check it out. I want to thank DREO for making this video possible. Be sure to check out the PolyFan 502S in the description below. I'll have all of the links that you need to check it out. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.